Okay, so some point in there, I got lost. The stream just ended. Alright. Some point in there, I don't know what happened. Somehow, Twitch just ended my stream, and I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry about that to any and all of you guys watching. That was really weird. I'm gonna just get my phone off of the internet for a second. Okay, we got decent bit rate. Things seem to be steadying out. Essentially, what you all might have missed is that, went to the trailer with Vasquez. She said that she's try to make us doubt that it was an accident. Okay. All right. And with that, let's get back into this. I'm okay. All right. Cool. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident? Mm. No. No way! You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Well, where's your proof? Can you prove it? Humph. Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammers, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys. Oh my gosh. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Alright, cool, so we got a court case. Good thing Gumshoe is there. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you. I was really scared. Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? Dee Vasquez. Alright, to be continued. Save progress? Yes, please. Final day trial. Okay, so, no, we're good. Alright, back. October 20th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. One second, just want to check one thing. Okay, I'm good. New theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss Dee Vasquez to the stand. Mr. Dee Vasquez to the stand. Miss Dee Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Alright, so she did it. We have to prove somehow this was her. Will the witness state her name and occupation? Dee Vasquez. Dee Vasquez, I'm a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows. Oh shoot, it's hard, my Edgeworth voice and my Vasquez voice are very similar. As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Murph! Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Witness testimony, day of the murder. Alright, let's do this. I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You are fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk with that monkey's head toppling over. Okay. Oh shoot, I don't remember. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it! Okay. Enter the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp, ended at 4. Okay, let me press her on this. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? Okay. Studio 2 van. Oh, right, okay. 2:30, we took a 15-minute break. Alright, now press... And what were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, yes, Mr. Right. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. Okay. Okay. T-bone steaks. Table in front of the trailer. Okay. Here, let me look at my evidence. Okay. Right, 5-year-old photo. Steak plate. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. Okay. Press her on... Wait, no. Let's press her on this. The witness did not come to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. Alright. Studio 1, I was fatigued, so you had Sal take her. 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. I can't find anything. Okay. Let's just I'm gonna press her on everything. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. Okay. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. She's not giving anything. Okay, went to Studio 1. Fatigue, so you had Sal take her. We've already pressed her on that. Done that. If I have some evidence that proves she didn't eat the steak. Okay. Prove that she didn't eat the steak. Okay, let me look at evidence. We still have his camera. The steak plate... Okay. Alright, let me try presenting the van in... Okay, okay. 15-minute break in the meeting. Steaks on the table in front of the trailer. I don't have any evidence except maybe steak plate? Ha, as I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you, it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Ms. Vasquez and Mr. Manella at a table outside the trailer. Yeah, there were no bones left behind on the plates. The plates were bare. Oh, Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You ate the bone too. I don't see it. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order. Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak. She ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Mr. Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it. Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick! Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? Okay. Let me look at the court record. I would just say you couldn't. I think you would have had a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Ha. You see. Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? Okay, actually, Nick, you're kind of losing me on this one, too. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Okay, whoa, alright. Is it the spear itself, just that it was... I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through, but someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab someone? To stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order, order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? Oh gosh, I have no idea where he's going with this. Oh, I think I do know. I can tell you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Oh shoot. Could it be the van? Nick, think about this some more. Maybe she ran him over. Mr. Monkey's head? Okay. Okay, what's the murder weapon? Did she impale him with a T-bone steak? Nope, didn't impale him with the T-bone. I was meaning like the T-bone part, not like just like trying to hit him with the steak. Okay. Maybe if I... Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing on top of the stairs. Order, order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs into the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had done himself 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She had another way. She used the van. What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? For instance... Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then. Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. With the van. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Ah! Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry your body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Ugh. Hold on, right? Don't forget it was Sal Manella that drove that van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? I think he was. Of course Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Ms. Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. Humph. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win? Okay, that was, so what happens next? Don't, me? Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost? Something like that? I just said that. Well, wait, so you mean D. Vasquez? So it was you? You killed Jack Hammer. This is kind of awkward. Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits, and the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right! But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? She has a point. This has all been speculation. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. Irk, what do I do now? I've got to press her or else she's gonna leave. And I'll just lose the case. I'll just say you did it. Miss Vasquez, you did it. That wasn't a question. Did you do it? No. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I'm not sure that question helped this court get any closer to a verdict. What do I do now? Alright, testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify? Again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. To come so far only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I'd like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear the testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I do see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed, verily I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that, Edgeworth. Okay, after finding the body, I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying, "He did it." I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close, real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need to twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. Alright, we can do this. I had that thought, like, what kind of parents give their kid the first name Phoenix? Like, that's gotta be pretty cool. That's a cool first name. Security lady, when we found the body, it's just only Powers was absent. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Press harder. Wait a second, wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around. You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costumes, Howard doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue. Immediately called the police and Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at the time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. As though he stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Silence. Hey Nick! Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Alright, I'm just pressing her kinda on everything. Oldbag, the security lady? Why'd the security ladies think Powers had done it? She said she saw him going toward the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. Photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best of judgment when it comes to Hammer. Don't think there's anything in this that I can use. It's to be left out of the proceedings. Okay, why did she ask to be left out? You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned. I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, There was no way we could have been involved, thus they covered for us. Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. The script and your direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. But wait, she didn't have them. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder, after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Very well. Miss Vasquez, please continue. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Ms. Vasquez says she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to have known about the murder before going to Studio One. Edgeworth is really coming through. Dang. He's being kind of a bro. Order, order! Mr. Edgeworth. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of making a career change to defense? I appreciate your concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well. The witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. Find something to peg this on her. Everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him! Okay. Okay, let's press her on this. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal the director? Doing something... Okay, but Hammer wasn't injured. Okay, let me try to present this. You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. That's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez? You saw Hammer limping! Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. And when he was doing this, well, it would have had to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume. He went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Ms. Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Ugh. I think we got her. Order, order, I will have order. Witness, can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? There is a reason. It is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Yeah, of course I can prove it. Okay, I have proof and I'll show it to you. I present to the court the evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive in the murder. Alright, I'm gonna present this. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, the terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, has used Miss Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. It was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. I don't think she had a motive, but he came and tried to kill her. And so she killed him in self-defense. So I'm going to put she has no motive. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole his Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. Oh, she broke her pipe. Hey, Stormy, welcome to the stream. I think we just proved this case. So, you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I'm guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ah, Miss Vasquez! What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please, try to remain calm. No, how could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No, Manuel! Don't touch him! Miss Vasquez! No! Please, please don't die. Please. She getting like flashbacks? No. Yeah. Congratulations, Mr. Right. I lose again. Alright, so I think we proved him innocent. Yes! Again, yeah, so we kind of proved her wrong once. And, like, made her look like she was, or, like, prove that she was probably the one who did it. And then we had to, like, put solid evidence down. Mr. Edgeworth, where's Dee Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor, as calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Well, Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. Yayo. Do you think they have actual confetti in courtrooms? Just like, you're found not guilty. Poo, confetti everywhere. That would be funny. I know that's not a real thing, but I think that's funny. That is all. This court is adjourned. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez. But he tried to frame me for the murder. It makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? I don't know. I guess we'll never know. Yes, of course. Phew, I'm not sure I wanted to go down that road. Congratulations, WP! Oh, thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is something wrong? No, of course not. Ah... Nick, Edgeworth. Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you, Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right. I must say I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kinda necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if! They're rivals. Rivals! Right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me! What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago, and it was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again. Pink Princess. Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! You're going to watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kinda surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy the trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready yet. Ready for the real Will Powers. The end. Awesome, so that's chapter 3 complete. A brand new episode's been added. Awesome. So this should be the final... Alright, this should be the final episode for this game. Turnabout Goodbyes. Alright, cool. Let's go into it. Here we go, the final mystery. Let's go. It's been what, 15 years? About that, yes. 15 years is a long time to wait. You can't imagine how much I have suffered. You've suffered? But now, the perfect opportunity has presented itself. At last, I shall have my revenge! What? Merry Christmas. Dang, that was kind of violent. Wait, what? Edgeworth? Did Edgeworth kill somebody? December 25th, 10 a.m., Wright and Company Law Offices. Stormy, do you know when you might be doing Hearthstone? Actually, Stormy, great question. I might do... I'm planning on doing a Hearthstone stream next week. There is a new expansion coming out on Tuesday at noon my time. So what I'm planning on doing is I'll probably go and I'm go buy like a ton of new packs. I have enough gold saved up for I could buy like 70 some packs. And then I'll open them all on stream, and then I'll try to build some fun decks, and I'll play around with them. I might do that on Thursday is what I'm thinking. Or am I ahead or behind your time? I think I'm goodness, because let me think here. I'm gonna open. Let me think. You live in England, right? So I live in the Central Time Zone in the U.S. Here, let me just see time right now in England. So